subscribe. This what video is showing you is self-determination. Some people sat down, put everything together, the meaning, the process. So everything is just like copy and paste. Everything is set. Embrace it. That's all. We'll play the next video. This is a part 2 of the first one that we played. And please pay attention.
Has a comprehensive answer that has been articulated and put on the table since 2018. We recall when in 2018, the President Buhari went to France to talk down on those who are demanding for restructuring. He said that those who were asking for restructuring don't know what they're looking for, don't know how it can be done. They're just there causing confusion and making noise. Again, forgetting that he himself was part of the process, the PRONACO process by which we undertook the interrogation of what the problem was and what needed to be done. So on behalf of the alliance, we had raised an open memo titled Open Memorandum to President Muhammad Buhari on the restructuring debate. Anybody who Googles that will see what we wrote to him, spelling out what restructuring means in exact terms, spelling out the step-by-step procedure for undertaking it, and pointing out in that articulation the fact that that reconstruction that we now call restructuring can yield any of the many outcomes possible. It can yield a federation that will be a proper federation. It can yield a confederation. It can also yield non-federation. If we go through the two-stage process, which the proclamation of December 16th, the constitutional force majeure, the demands of the constitutional force majeure proclamation of December 16th spelled out, the two-stage process by which we can determine, by which we can get those who are fed up with how Nigeria is now to decide in a manageable process through a period of transition what they want in terms of the degree of autonomy. So restructuring can also deliver. That's by the explanation I've made now, we can see that if we go into that reconstruction, first by putting aside the 1999 constitution, just like the apartheid constitution of South Africa had to be put aside before they went into CODESA in a transition presided over by Frederick de Klerk of the time. It doesn't have to be, in the demands of December 16th, in the union disputes of December 16th, we indicated that it is the nationalities as represented by NINAS and other stakeholders that will determine the composition, the tenure, mandate of the transitional arrangements that we're going to have. So let us not be in any fixation in it, that it must be everybody there now that will manage the process. It is something that will be decided. Once we all accept this 1999 constitution, we have to get out of the way. We are not in, the people who are making these demands, NINAS is not in any quarrel with those in government house. NINAS is saying that the nominal governance remain in a transitional capacity. And so we go into that two-stage process by which all of those who are complaining, whether they want out or they want more autonomy or they want resource control, the process by which they will make that choice via referendum. That is what had been listed out in that open memo, so that nobody can come debating, nobody can come arguing, because every day we tune the TV stations these days, all the discussions end in only one thing. Nobody knows how to undertake this restructuring. That's the prevailing view now, because when they rush to National Assembly, we say no, National Assembly has no mandate to deal with our sovereignties. And so they say they accept that constitution has to change. Let's go and write another constitution. And I saw some senior advocates writing constitution, Olusegun and Co, Falana and Co, writing constitution to go and give to them to now adopt. It's marks of illiteracy on the jurisprudence of constitution making. It's marks of dishonesty, because we have engaged most of them to say it cannot be so. We saw the memo Yadudu, the quota professor Awari Yadudu. We saw the memo he just sent to House of Representatives telling them to stick on to the amendment as the only way to go. At a time we have established that the legislative mandate of the National Assembly does not extend to constitution making. And so we just come back to where everybody has to come down from their high horses. Time is running. The 120 days we took from April the 17th to consult with the populace and the international community, we can already see some of the outcomes. Yoruba is on the street rejecting the Union of Nigeria. The international stakeholders, the world powers, have pointed Nigeria to those propositions contained in our constitutional force majeure proclamation of December 16th to say, let the matter go to dialogue of the people. Let there be fresh legal instrument emerging from that dialogue. That's what we have to do now, and the exact mechanism by which it could be done to the satisfaction of all of those who are, dissatisfied with Nigeria now. The exact mechanism is already in that open memo. Guardian newspaper, reported on it on November 18. Anybody, 2018, November 18, 2018. Anybody who can access Guardian will find it, and people could also Google open memorandum to President Muhammad Buhari on the restructuring debate coming from this alliance. Having said all of that, we also come back to the question of this Sharia, that is the preliminary objection by those who are saying they want to leave the union. Everything can be resolved in terms of issues of equity, issues of equal opportunity that have been missing. But there's a preliminary objection to being in the union that will have Sharia in one part, because the adherence of Sharia, I'm reporting to us the inner thinking, the argument of those who are driving, whether it is Oduduwa Republic or Biafra Republic or Middle Belt Republic, all of those who are saying they can't be in this union anymore. Their principal complaint is the question of Sharia in these 12 contiguous states, because the adherence of Sharia owe it a duty of faith to kill others as infidels. And if you have a situation where you have to be in one political union with people who owe it a duty of faith to kill you, you can see that Sharia cannot cohabit in the same political space with democracy, which the rest of us desire, cannot cohabit in the same political space with a constitutionalism, cannot cohabit with a union of equal partnership, does not hold human life sacrosanct, since they owe it a duty of faith to kill other people. And all of those who are saying they are fed up completely, they don't want to hear anything about Nigeria anymore. That is their principal contention. And you can see that in Yoruba land, there are also Muslims. But we've seen from the hearings going on about their so-called amendment, the Yoruba Muslim does not want Sharia. The ones in the eastern half of southern Nigeria, the ones in Auchi or my brother Asari Dokubo, they are not discussing, they don't want to hear about Sharia. So those who want to, who have already adopted Sharia, have actually seceded from the secular union we have. And so unless that Sharia is removed from the table, unless the feudalism, which is also their worldview, their civilization, is removed from the table, the rest of this alliance will not be willing to discuss being in any union with them at all. And where we are now is that constitution that sets up the union, upon which the union is standing today, is dead and gone. The limited toleration to it, I pray we don't waste it, because it will come to the point where when we are satisfied ourselves that we discuss with everybody. Federal government has taken 90 days. They went to National Assembly to try to play pranks. It has collapsed. The governors took 30 days. Again, they were not fully determined on what they wanted to do. They went to Asaba to make a pronouncement. That is one step. How do you enforce ban on open grazing if you don't have guns? If that constitution is in place and you cannot access guns, how are you going to prevent people who are carrying guns and killing your people in these numbers we see from carrying on with what they're doing? So they have to come, more openly into the side of reason, into the side of reality, that we cannot continue with this constitution for another season.
Nope, we can't. We cannot continue with this hellhole called constitution for another season. You can see that place is not working. Nothing is working for us. And that's why we ask you to embrace the paradigm shift. Change is coming, whether you like it or not, good or bad. The change is coming. For those of you whitewashed religious entities, you guys sing that song in the church, change is coming, right? The change is coming, so embrace it too, because it's not going to come the style that you like it.
No.
You might even break your head when it lands. You might even be on the other side with your ancestors when it lands. If you're
change is change. Change. This one is now real change. It's not that fake one I tried to push that time. Oh, God,
it's really not, my dear.